Hi there, this is Yvette Freeman, publisher of the ENVOY Guide, and I am so honored to have with me today Tamara Lee of Tamara Lee Coaching. She is a women's money coach, and just want to get some information from her about what she offers to her clients and what women need to know about money, especially in this economy these days. So, hello, Tamara, how are you doing?
Hi, Yvette. It's nice to be here.
Thank
I'm
you. Also want to mention Tamara is also a contributing writer for the Envoy Guide, and in the current March-April issue, she actually wrote an article about 3 ways that women can get at ease with money. So, Tamara, tell us a little bit first about yourself. And I know you are a certified money coach, certified credit counselor, certified home buyer, HUD home buyer counselor. So, tell us how you got into this profession and what you offer.
Yeah. Well, probably the easiest way is when I moved here back in 2010 from Austin, Texas, here into Asheville. One of the first jobs I got was with one of the local nonprofits called On Track Financial Education and Counseling. And I did not know it at the time, but I was there for 10 full years. And in that 10 years, I did everything you just said. So I became a credit counselor. I became a first-time homebuyer education teacher. I traveled all through Western North Carolina, working with women, talking about workshops, money clubs, money event nights. It just all came at me. And then back in about 2018, I decided to get certified more as a coach and really use some more somatic tools, the mind-body connection, to really help women go underneath just not the common budgeting skill sets, but really have a better understanding of what was running behind them as far as their old money stories, maybe thoughts that they took in with their parents growing up around money and then started acting out in their own lives, and then really looked at them more in a holistic sense as opposed to just through credit or budgeting, but really as like why they're doing what they're doing. And so I always say money and I chose one another, quite honestly.
So, are there misconceptions about women and money?
I would say yes. I would say one of the biggest misconceptions is that women aren't good with money. And that's thanks to our patriarchy that we live in. And so what that has perpetuated for many women is a lack of confidence when, quite honestly, women are brilliant at money. Women are skilled and talented at money. But that old story says, well, I don't know enough. I'm not sure how to invest or whatever it is that's kind of living there underneath everything. But actually, women rule, women rock it. And I love that.
So why did you specifically want to work with women? Do you work with men at all, or is your practice only with women?
I mean, I've had male clients in the past for other things that we were coaching on, but quite honestly, my passion is working with women, specifically women entrepreneurs around money, because I just have a feeling and belief that when women own their power around their financials and their money relationship, and if they're doing work that they love, they build community around them through how they give back in their own financial lives, whether it's their direct family, whether it's their community, whether it's the work that they do. And I'm not trying to say men don't do that, but really I'm just saying when women step into that power for themselves, it magnifies that ripple effect. I've seen it over and over and again. And I want to be a part of that.
So what are some of the common issues that you find as you're helping your clients? What are they needing the most help with?
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I was just talking with a woman was this thing of self-worth, this thing of shame, this thing of, again, I'm not good enough or I don't know enough. And then that shame just tampers everything down. Or maybe I made a bad financial call in the past, or I didn't invest well, or I didn't buy a home when I was supposed to. And now I'm kind of holding that against me. Or in my business, I'm not pricing what my value is. I'm underpricing what I'm offering for my services. And I wonder if I can even, price myself up.
Yeah.
So I would say those are a lot of the real common things that I see with my clients.
Mm-hmm. Now, are you virtually established? Are you working with clients in person, remote? What's your setup?
Yeah. So I am an online business. So I absolutely am going to work with my clients. We're going to work through Zoom. However, as far as me being here in the Western North Carolina area, I'm very much in person, and you and I have seen each other out several times, whether it's through networking, whether it's through public speaking, whether it's through delivering in-person workshops here locally. I do online workshops as well for a bigger community, but my heart really, quite honestly, is here in Western North Carolina. And if that is all I served, there are plenty of women in the Western North Carolina area, I know for sure, that could be benefited by my services.
Yeah. So in this economy, and everybody is saying this is a terrible economy, it's hard to save money, prices are skyrocketing. Some people are saying everything's like at least 30% higher than years before. What are some of the tips that you're telling your clients on how they can do better with this particular economy and going forward?
Yeah. Well, one of the things that we taught a lot about when I worked at OnTrack was just having a spending plan that really worked for you. And I'm not going to lie, the spending plans that we had a year to 2 to 3 to 4 years ago are very different in the pricing of all services, right? We all know that. So it's not my job to tell you to keep cutting and keep cutting and keep cutting, because there's only so much we can cut. So when working with entrepreneurs is really helping them to invest in, instead of always cutting everything, how can they actually make more money doing the work that they love and they're actually skilled at? And what I find to be true, even for myself in business, is that when I put my focus in that lens, it doesn't mean I still don't have to pay more for groceries and so on and so forth, right? I might have to make a few adjustments there, but I'm going to let my attention go to what do I have control over, or what can I build? And again, for women in business, there's a lot of opportunities for us to grow our businesses that can help offset some of the things that are happening to all of us, quite honestly, in this economy. So I also believe that the economy is what the economy is. That does not change the fact that you can be successful in any economy, because I fully believe we can. It just means we might have to adjust how we've done things in the past. And I think that's the key, is learning how to shift and maneuver with the way everything is out there shifting and maneuvering with us. And if you're willing to basically try new things, I think you will do well, versus clamp down. Because I know what contraction is not the way to go. Locking down hard on ourselves with ourselves financially, it makes sense. I understand why we're doing it, but it's not necessarily the avenue to take.
Yeah. So do you tell women to invest more of their money these days? How are people coming to you and saying, hey, I want to save, but I also want to invest, and so I can start generating some income through that way?
Yeah. Well, again, that's going to be very personal to each individual, right? And so one of the things we talk often about is, well, should I be saving, or should I be investing in my business, or should I be paying down debt if I have any? And quite honestly, the honest truth is yes to all, right? It's not going to just go to one thing. But that's where working with a client in particular, in regards to what's really important and specific to them, is not going to necessarily be the same fit for somebody over here. Right. So I will never blanket statement say you should do this, this, and this. I would say do a little bit of all of it, but you have to tailor it uniquely to what's going to work best for you, your value system, your family, and what's important. And sometimes you might have to give a little bit. Sometimes we can't always do everything we want to do, but finding what I'll call the feeling of safety in your spending plan and how you're doing things is the end goal, is really to find out how you fit in for yourself.
Okay. Now tell me some of the other advice that you are giving women these days. What is the one tip that you want women to know when it comes to their money?
Probably the biggest tip that I want women to know in regards to their money is that money is a relationship. And the more time we spend in relationship, the better we're going to have a relationship. And what I really mean by that is, so many of us have been taught and trained that payday is great. And when it's not payday, it's not so great, right? So it's kind of this little like love hate or a bullying relationship with money, to be quite honest. And yet there are always gifts that money's offering us. I was even just talking to a client about debt. And I was like, how can you actually be grateful and thankful for your debt? And she went, I don't understand what you mean. And I went, what did your debt allow you to do? It allowed you to get health care. Yes. It allowed you to spend for Christmas if that's what you chose to do. Yes. Oh, I understand. So it really is learning to see money as more of what I'm going to call a three-dimensional relationship than just this thing that I might or might not understand, or that I don't actually even know how to engage or interact with, and instead treat it like something that actually has its best intention towards you if you were to actually give it that time and energy. Because what I see probably most of all is more of like what I'll call a hands out relationship to money. I don't want to see you or acknowledge you. I know you're there, but I'm not really sure what to do with you. And I just know I want more of you because my life will be better when there's more of you. And it's like, actually, no, your life is actually probably pretty good right now.
Okay. Now, you talk in your article about how women can use their breathing techniques to feel more at ease with money. How did you learn how to incorporate the holistic portion of life with dealing with money?
Yeah. So I will just say I'm what I'll call a head type. So on the Enneagram, for example, there's 3 different parts to the Enneagram personality system. There's body, there's mind, and there's heart. Well, I'm a mind type. So what that means is I go to my mind to feel safe. If I can think it, I'm like, oh, I feel fine. Well, the truth of the matter is I can feel safe right now with you here in this moment if I recognize I have everything I need. And if I just slow down and I just pay attention and I'm like, I have light, I have my chair, I have everything I need in this moment, I can start to calm my nervous system down and actually begin to feel safe. And breath, or just even counting breaths, or just slowing down and putting my hand on my belly, is enough to connect to my breath so that I can actually start to slow down the thoughts in my head and really focus on what's happening here in my body. And I will tell you this, most of us businesswomen that might identify as being an A type, that love being busy and love doing and love knocking things off of our to-do list, well, that'll get a lot of stuff done. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, there's probably a part of our body that's like, hey, slow down a little bit. Spend a little time with me. I'm kind of hopped up right now, and I need maybe just to go for a 5-minute walk, or I need to get a glass of water. And so just dropping into that breath can help slow that mind down a little bit. That can bring more presence, which just ultimately brings more safety.
Okay. Well, is there anything else that you would like women to know about yourself, or how to get in contact with you? They want to learn more about your services and how you can help them.
Yeah. So you can always visit my website, which is just tamaralee.com. You'll often find me on either Instagram or Facebook at Tamara Lee Coaching. And then if you are local here in the Western North Carolina area, I deliver in-person workshops, which I will let you know either through the website or through my social media. And also I'm open for folks who are looking for speakers to come in to groups, whether that be small sessions, small meetings, to actually talk and discuss about some of the things that I've already shared about, whether it comes to money, our viewpoints on money, how we can incorporate money into our life in a way that actually feels more holistic. And so I'm always available for those.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for joining with me today. It has been a pleasure learning more about not only what you offer, but some great money tips. And I look forward to working with you again and having you speak with me and our readers again as well, in the magazine and online. So stay tuned, and we will be posting this video soon on the website, social media, and on our e-newsletter as well. So thank you for joining me. And if anyone has any questions about Tamara, please, as she said, please visit her website, and also check out her article in the March-April issue of the ENVOY Guide about how to feel more at ease with your money. So thank you, everyone, for joining us.